Good day everyone, I am Judelle Buot. So this is my topic is all about an activity diagram in UML. Activity diagram is basically a flowchart to represent the flow from one activity to another activity. The activity can be described as an operation of the system. The basic purpose of the activity diagrams is to capture the dynamic behavior of the system. It is also object-oriented flowchart. Excuse me. Ang activity diagram kay usa ka flowchart nga nagrepresentar sa daghan nga gikan sa usa ka kalihukan ngadto sa laing kalihukan. Ang usa ka kalihukan ngadto sa laing kalihukan, ang sa kalihukan ginahulogway sa usa ka sistema. Ang sukaran ng mga katugaan sa mga diagram sa kuan siya kalihukan mauna ang pagka kong pamantasan sa sistemang gitawag ni siya sa object-oriented flowchart. The UML diagram focuses of the execution of the flowchart and of the behavior of the system instead of the implementation. Activity diagrams consists of activities that are made up of action that apply to behavioral modeling technology. Kini ang diagram sa UML nga magpunting sa pagtuma sa pag-agos sa pamantasan sa usa ka sistema imbes sa pagtuman. Ang mga diagram kay sa kalihukan langkob sa usa ka kalihukan ang mga gilangkuban sa mga action nga magamit. So next, components of activity diagram. Activities are network of nodes connected by edges. There can be action nodes, control nodes, or object nodes. Action nodes represent the sum action. Control nodes represent the control flow of an activity or activity. Object nodes are used to describe object used inside an activity. Edges are used to show path or flow execution. Activities start at an initial nodes and terminate at the final nodes. Ang mga kalihukan daw kuno usa sa network nga nag-nodes sa mga node nga konektado sa mga sulod. Pariyaaning sa mga dunay mga action node, control node, or object nodes, o sa mga unsa pa na siya nga mga nodes nga magrepresentar sa control nga dagan sa usa ka kalihukan. Ang mga sulod sa paggamit aron maipakita sa usa ka agianan ang usa ka dagan sa pagpatay. So next, activity partition swim lane. An activity partition or a swim lane is a high-level grouping of a set of related actions. A single partition can be read for many things such as classes, use cases, components, or interfaces. Ang position sa kalihukan sa usa ka swim lane, usa ka taas nga level sa paggrupo sa usa ka paghugpong sa mga kalabutan sa action. If a partition can be shown clearly, then the name at partition is written at the top of the name on activity. Ang kuno ang usa ka partition na mahimong magtipong sa usa ka daghang mga butang sama aning mga klase nga mga kaso sa paggamit sa pangsangkap o sa mga interface. So that's all and thank you.
So another basic components of activity diagram is the fork and join nodes. So using a fork and join nodes, concurrent flows within an activity can be generated. So what do you mean by concurrent? It is an operating at the same time. So you can see the example of the activity diagram using the join and fork nodes. A fork node has one incoming edge and numerous outgoing edges. So you can see the example below. It is similar to one-to-many decision parameters. So when data arrives at an incoming edge, it is duplicated and split across numerous outgoing edges simultaneously. So a single incoming flow is divided into multiple parallel flows. We also have here the join nodes. It is the opposite of fork nodes as it has many incoming edges and single outgoing edge. So you can see the example below. It performs logical AND operations on all the incoming edges. So this will help you to synchronize the input flow across a single output edge. Another basic components of activity diagram is the pins. So in an activity diagram that has a lot of flows gets very complicated and messy. So the pins, it is an object node that represents one input to or an output from an action. Pin is usually shown as small rectangle attached to the action rectangle. So you can see the example below. So it is used to clearing up the things. So these components provides a way to manage the execution flow of activity by sorting all the flows and cleaning up messy things. So the name of the pin can be displayed near the pin. So why we need to use activity diagram? So the specific usage is first to model the control flow from one activity to another. This control flow does not include messages. So second is activity diagram is suitable for modeling the activity flow of the system. An application can have multiple systems. So third is activity diagram also captures this system and describe the flow from one system to another. This specific usage is not available in other diagrams. This system can be database, external queues, or any other system. So fourth is this activity diagram is used to model the activities which are nothing but a business requirements. The diagram has more impact on business understanding rather than an implementation details.
Ma-interpret og mahimo nato og sakto ang ato ang activity diagram. So first, we have start symbol. It represents the beginning of a process or workflow in an activity diagram. It can be used by itself or within a note symbol that explains the starting point. So kaning start symbol is starting point or to activate the software. So next, we have activity symbol. Indicates the activities that make up a model process. These symbols, which include short descriptions within the shape, are the main building blocks of the activity diagram. So, activity diagram are the basic building blocks sa atong activity diagram. And usually, na ay short descriptions activity nga di-present nato. So next, we have connector symbol. It shows the directional flow or control flow of the activity. An incoming arrow starts a step of an activity. Once the step is completed, the flow continues with the outgoing arrow. So, kaning connector is use activity in diagram para mabal-an nato ang flow sa interactions between the user and the system. So another symbol is joint symbol or synchronization bar. It combines two concurrent activities and reintroduces them to a flow where only one activity occurs at a time, represented with a thick vertical or horizontal line. Joint activity is only one activities ang gakahimo at a time, which is the joint symbol. So mao na siya ang joint symbol. So next is fork symbol. Splits a single activity in flow into two concurrent activity. Symbolized with multiple arrowed lines from a join. Next is decision symbol. Represents a decision and always has at least two paths branching out with condition text to allow users to view options. This symbol represents the branching or merging of various flows with the symbol acting as a frame or container. So, kani siyang decision symbol gagamito ni siya kung ang software or system kay ga-require og decision. So for example, naay na set na basihan sa system nga gagamiton. So ang decision na set ang mag-validate sa input kung mao na siya ang ga correspond o dili sa gihimo nimo na basihan. Note symbol allows the diagram creators or collaborators to communicate additional messages that don't fit within the diagram itself. Leave notes for added clarity and specification. So kaning note is ginagamit ni siya to add og relevant comments sa elements.
Hello everyone. So this video is the continuation of the topic activity diagram symbols. So we have here send signal symbol. So send signal symbol indicates that a signal is being sent to a receiving activity. So it's easy to identify if our process of activity taking in action. So sa atong workflow, mabaw-an nato kung ang atong data nga gisend padulong sa iyang receiver kay inani ato makita sa atong diagram. So next, the receive signal symbol demonstrates the acceptance of event. After the event is received, the flow that comes from this action is completed. So next, the shallow history pseudostate symbol, a control element that influences the sequence of events in a state machine, represents a transition that invokes the last active state. A small circle with a H letter that na nagrepresent sa history. So kini nga symbol kay ang iyang i-cater nga transition kay ang pinaka most recent ra ang active status sa history. So next, the option loop symbol allows the creator to model a repetitive sequence with the option loop symbol. So kasagara makita nato niya sa decision making sa atong workflow. So example, if ang user failed to comply sa atong flow, mabalik siya sa last nga step sa atong workflow. Mag-loop para jud siya always. So next, the flow final symbol represents the end of a specific process flow. This symbol shouldn't represent the end of all flows in activity. In the instance, you would use the end symbol should be placed at the end of a process in a single activity flow. So basically, mao ni ang atong makita sa atong whole flow diagram. So composites of all symbols as represent the final flow. So next, the condition text. Placed next to a decision marker to let you know under what condition an activity flow should split off in that direction. So kini nga symbol or flow diri jud magsumikad tanan process sa atong diagram o diri ra nato mabutang tanan question nga dapat i-fill sa user para mo proceed sa atong next flow of steps sa atong workflow diagram. So lastly, the end symbol marks the end state of an activity and represents the completion of all flows of a process. Simply represent termination sa atong system. So, ang symbols gamit kaayo kung mag-design ta sa atong flowchart or workflows. Dili po ta dali malibog kung asa o kung unsa padulungan sa atong mga data o unsa ang mga naka-declare na ilang function. So, that's all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aileen Agustin, and in this video I'll be showing you the example of activity diagram and how it would be constructed. So we have here the example of UML activity diagram describing behavior of purchasing tickets. So a commuter wants to buy a ticket through a ticket vending machine. So here we have the three actors. So we have the commuter, ticket vending machine, and the bank. So we will start in commuter. So we have here start node and start node where we will have where our first activity will be placed, and also so this symbol is activity. Then in this square is activity. This square is symbol of activity. So we have the first so we have the first activity, the start a session. Then it will flow to a ticket vending machine. So we have here the control flow symbol, and in a ticket vending machine we have here the request trip information. So after that the commuter will provide the trip information that includes a number, type of tickets, example whether it is monthly pass, one way or round ticket, route number, destination, or zone number, or anything. So the TVN will so the ticket vending machine will process the information that provided by the commuter. So the ticket vending machine will calculate the payment due and request payment options. That payment options include but payment by cash, credit, or debit card. Then so after a commuter provided a payment information, it will flow back to the vending machines and process the payment. So we have here a symbol of a decision. So we have also here a condition. So if we have here the condition pay with card, then another is the pay with cash. So if a commuter pay with card, then another actor will participate in the activity, which is the bank actor. So that will authorize card payment. So if the ticket is paid with cash, then it will just dispense the ticket and the commuter will get the ticket. So if pay with card, then it will go to another actor, which is the bank, and that will go to the dispense ticket and get the ticket. So we also have another decisions here. So we have here the condition paid with cash and with change. So if the commuter paid with cash and with change, then the ticket vending machine will dispense cash and will give the change. So the commuter will get the change, and then on the last activity will display a thank you. Then it will end here, and we have here the end note to end the process. So if the ticket is being paid with the exact amount, so it will just the process will just terminated and will show the thank you and then end node. So This is how the UML diagram is being constructed. Thank you.
Hello guys, I am Resia Ucab, and today I'm gonna discuss the sample 1 problem statement about activity diagram. Now, here's the sample problem statement. We need to create an activity diagram that shows the process of logging into a website, from entering a username and password to successfully logging to the system. Many of the activities people want to accomplish online, like checking email, managing finances, ordering clothes, and etc., that require them to log into a website. First thing we do is to put the not symbol to note that client is going to register. And then we put start symbol. Use connector symbol to control the flow of our system. And then we put activity symbol to indicate client enters login name and password. Then, we put again a connector symbol to the decision symbol. Inside of our decision symbol, is that correct login and password? If no, we go to the new activity symbol that indicates invalid login or invalid password. And then, it's go back to the first activity symbol and ask the system, correct login and password? Then if yes, the connector proceed to new activity symbol that indicates clients successfully log in. Then, we put again a new activity symbol for clients' settings are displayed. finally, we put the last symbol, which is the end symbol, to mark the end state of an activity. But I put the not symbol to note that client is logging to the system. So that's all. Thank you.